can't believe Donald actually suggested taking Chinese jets, bombing the shit out of Russia, but putting China's flag on the fucking planes. What a pile of shit. After saying some dumb shit like that, how can you ever trust that motherfucker with the goddamn military? Motherfucker, you could have an invasion in Mexico. France has invaded Mexico before, right? Or Spain could invade New Mexico. But how would you know? How would you know if it wasn't America doing a false flag? You know he's, willing to do false flag attacks. Just go ahead and bomb Russia and put a bunch of Chinese flags on it. No, motherfucker, you don't need a clown. You don't need a goddamn clown. Jesus Christ, this motherfucker. First you got Donald Trump that's saying that, Vladimir Putin is smart and savvy. The way he, took Donetsk and Donbass and took the region and then, used it as a foothold to gain a hold of the whole country. He thought that was smart and savvy. Super smart and savvy, right, Donald? And then, go ahead and he does it right and says that it's a Holocaust. Look at the genocide. Look at the images. It's terrible. So he, changes course. He corrects himself. But, very smart, very savvy. This genocide, this Holocaust is very smart and savvy. What the fuck is Donald saying? He's saying anything and everything. He's saying anything and everything under the goddamn sun just to see if, you're paying any goddamn attention to him. Put the American flag on China's planes. If you're going to bomb Russia, you put American flags on American planes because we're up and up about this shit. We're going to fucking bomb the fuck out of you, Russia. What the fuck you going to do about it? We can go, hide behind China's goddamn planes. That's super fucked up. Makes you wonder, just goddamn, if, presidents are willing to do that shit. How many times have you heard about some passenger jet or something, some airliner going down and nobody has, nobody knows what the hell happened. It just went down. Nobody takes credit for it, and, somebody did it. Somebody trying to pick a fight, trying to get people to, a bunch of innocents get killed for no fucking reason, huh? So, yeah, Mr. President, why don't you fucking pick a position, huh? Yeah, Donald Trump's really grabbing this moment by the pussy, isn't he? He's grabbing this goddamn moment by the pussy. It feels so great with him not being the fucking president. There's so much oxygen. There's so much oxygen in the world, and the oxygen is better, more crisp, better quality. Remember when Donald pretended like a different president was the president of Venezuela, and then all of Congress cheered for it like it was real, but it was actually fucking surreal? Juan Guaido never was the president, never became president of, Venezuela or anything really, just except a bunch of bullshit. Here's the president of bullshit. Everybody fucking championed him, even fucking Pelosi. Donald couldn't even convince his wife to move into the White House. Eventually, she moves to the White House, but not into the bedroom, maintained ownership of his companies. If any, foreign, you're not allowed to make money. When you're maintained ownership, motherfucking Jimmy Carter sold his peanut farm. This motherfucking bastard probably buys a couple more corporations. He doubles the membership fees for Mar-a-Lago Beach Resort. You remember this motherfucker? You gotta grab every crisis. Never waste a crisis, right? You gotta grab every crisis by the pussy. President fucking Trump became the first American president ever to be impeached 2 times. First, in December 2019, he was impeached on 2 articles related to his alleged attempt to pressure Ukraine to interfere in the 2020 presidential election. He's impeached by the House, acquitted by the Senate in January 2021. Just weeks before his term expired, he was impeached a second time, this time on a charge of incitement of insurrection for his role in attempting to overturn the results of the 2020 election, leading to the January 6th Capitol riots. What the fuck is up with Donald and Epstein? There's a lawsuit about some 13-year-old girl. Apparently, Donald and Epstein, they raped a 13-year-old girl. That's what there's an accusation. It was in federal courts. The lawsuit came out before he, ran for president and won the fucking presidency, but nobody ever said anything about it. And then it just, one of 2 things. Either that's a major, allegation and that person should pay for some shit like that, or some fucking shit went down. Not only was Donald and Epstein best goddamn friends, but what the fuck? You got, he was sitting there saying that he hoped that, Epstein's friend, hoped that she did okay at the trial or some shit. So, Jesus Christ, H.L. Mencken wrote, the presidency tends year by year to go to such men as democracy is perfected. The office represents more and more closely the inner soul of the people. Remove toward a lofty ideal. On some great and glorious day, the plain folks of the land will reach their heart's desire at last, and the White House will be adorned by a downright moron. I don't like censorship, but I like all that white noise. A lot of the dumb shit is being fucking cleansed, and you don't have a right to, use my app, my platform. You have a right to, Congress, the government isn't supposed to pass a law infringing on your speech. Trump leaked classified information to Russian ambassadors. Trump confiscated, destroyed interpreters' notes after meeting with Putin. Trump lost Hong Kong. Trump tried to ban TikTok. He wanted to fire out executive order January 2017, signing off the Keystone XL pipeline, pump Canada's most dangerous oil products over 1,200 miles of U.S. land and indigenous territories, largely for export to other countries. Heather Heyer is going to get killed after a member of the far right drove a car into her. And then, according to Donald, there are some very fine people on both sides of that protest. One side's made up of white supremacist Confederate neo-Nazis and, a bunch of piece of shit evil motherfuckers. And the other side was not. You also had that 6-year-old girl, that American girl that got drone striked in Yemen as soon as he got into office immediately. Drone strike the American girl who was in Yemen at the time. Jesus Christ, I'm happy that motherfucker's gone. I'm so happy that this piece of shit is gone. You would think with all this, denazification talk, that goddamn right-wing fucking fascist pile of shit would shut the fuck up. You would think. I feel like with Donald, that was a nightmare. That was terrible. I can't believe any of you motherfuckers. Y'all like that shit? You guys are some sick, fucking, disgusting motherfucker. Talk about just playing craps with goddamn... You ever played craps? It's like 1 out of 100 chance you'll fucking get anything. Playing craps with our lives, you fucking motherfucker. I feel like with Donald, it's like, okay, we tried that. But the fact that he's still kind of lingering, people are still talking about him, people are still tagging his name and making sure they... Getting them hits, right? That's how he got the fucking media to get him elected before. Motherfuckers. Yeah, why don't you, I liked how TYT in the very beginning would just go ahead and blot out his face and his name and pretend like he didn't exist. This dumb motherfucker keeps saying a bunch of dumb shit. That's right. That's how you should handle... He's a citizen now. What, are you trying to get him elected again? You fucking media type motherfuckers. You guys drain the swamp. You guys are the fucking swamp, and you're putting... He is you. He fired the Attorney General for not defending his travel, Sally Yates' first Muslim ban. So his travel bans, right? Sally Yates is going to get fired. She's sacked for her betrayal of the department. He called Kaepernick a son of a bitch. Why? Because he genuflected to the flag. He didn't salute it. He just genuflected. Well, he got on one knee. That seems more respectful. It is. So what are you talking about? I don't know. I'm just... Inside a Gold Star family. He's still lying about an election he clearly lost by 34 fucking miles. The big lie, he lost an election by a landslide. The spread was so fucking large, his fat ass could fit through that fucking spread with no goddamn problems. A fat elephant fucking monkey. Goddamn son of a monkey bitch. You son of a elephant monkey bitch. I cannot believe... How many was it? 15,000 lies? There's one lie that the virus was equivalent to the flu. Another one that the situation was totally under control. One lies that the virus was disappearing and it would disappear in the summer, right? It would just disappear. He knew it was out of fucking control, but just lied. Didn't, people let people die. Didn't tell people to get the vaccine. Didn't tell people to go, make sure they, were checking their health, this or that. Just let people die. Suggested to Americans that they didn't have to change much about their usual behavior. A year into the crisis, you had 386,000 Americans that died from the virus. You had an ugly smear against Ilhan Omar, said that she supported Al-Qaeda. God damn, this degenerate fucking disgusting perverted motherfucker. White House event 2019. Donald distorted a 2013 quote from Ilhan Omar to try to get his supporters to believe that the Minnesota Democrat had expressed support for the terrorist group Al-Qaeda. It's hard to imagine a more vile lie for the president to tell about a Muslim official who'd already been getting death threats than a smear that makes her sound pro-terrorist. A boring serial lie. Keeps talking about the trade deficit with China. It used to be $500 billion. Juan Guaido. Juan Guaido is the president of Venezuela. Yeah, he's the president of my ass. Fucking lying ass motherfuckers. That's what it's. I mean, he was the goddamn illusion, right? He was the motherfucker, you're fired apprentice guy. He knows about illusions, right? He played one on TV, and then it was all TV to him. So, yeah, just put Juan Guaido in front of the fucking TV. He becomes the president. Windmills, the noise from windmills cause cancer. Remember when Donald left Melania in the car when he went to say hi to Obama? Just, see ya. Remember when Melania swatted his hand? Was it some weak soul shit, or was it kind of like, no, I don't want to hold your hand. I don't want to live in the White House with you. I don't want to stay in the bedroom. So, I mean, can you imagine that? You are so fucking rich. You're like, live in the White House? I do not want. No, that's beneath me. The White House is beneath me. Talk about snobby. Jesus Christ. I will not downgrade myself to the filthy, disgusting White House. Trump's team filed over 60 lawsuits. The big lie. Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, all swing states said that Biden won. He won the fucking electoral college. In court, in contrast to the fiery language targeted at the public, Trump's lawyers alleged procedural irregularities. All but one of their cases was thrown out, and the one temporary win was later overturned. Donald is going to fire the FBI Director James Comey in May 2017, blamed senior Justice Department officials for the move. He profited from at least 10 foreign governments during his time as president, including the Kuwaiti embassy, which booked the Trump Hotel for an event. A public relations firm hired by Saudi Arabia spent $270,000 on rooms. $270,000. That's Saudi Arabia owns him. Kuwait fucking owns him. I mean, we're not going to goddamn bomb Kuwait or Saudi Arabia when he's getting, he's profiting from this shit. That is the emoluments clause. He deserved to get fucking impeached for that shit. That's, directly against the emoluments. You can't take money from foreign governments. That's why Jimmy Carter sold his peanut farm, because if he would have got, some Canadian buying some peanuts, they could say that they were trying to buy some favor. He was trying to curry favor. In Turkey, same facility for government-sponsored events. So, are you fucking kidding me? Saudi Arabia, Turkey, Kuwait. So, just 10 foreign governments are just giving him fucking money throughout his presidency. Spent a large amount of time at resorts and golf courses owned by his own company. So he's, making the American taxpayer pay him and pay his golf company and golf courses and shit. One estimate had the cost at over $142 million as of November 2020. He's not a war hero. He said about John McCain. John McCain is right about Russia. Said, basically, motherfucker's an imperialist bastard. Watch out for that bastard. He was right about him in Georgia. He's right about him now. He's a war hero because he was captured. I like people who weren't captured. It's interesting that only, Donald had criticized that perspective. And it's also interesting, I guess John McCain was a big prisoner of war that got a lot of media in Vietnam. So that's, you don't see prisoners of war get a lot of media these days. Donald asked Ukraine to investigate the Bidens. He also asked China to investigate the Bidens. He also walked into a dressing room at Miss Teen USA pageant. There was a lawsuit alleging he raped a 13-year-old with Jeffrey Epstein, which got buried. He wished cohort Ghislaine Maxwell all the best or some shit like that. He's had 26 sexual harassment accusations. 26? Sexual assault, some harassment, some assault. 26 accusations. Donald asked Australia to help Barr investigate Mueller. Nixon established the EPA. Donald gutted it. The Trump Hotel organization got $60,000 for an event, hosting an event for Kuwait. Trump organization. He's making money from foreigners while he's president. There's a reason to impeach this bastard. Trump apparently never divested from his business interests, which means when the event held by Kuwait to celebrate their national day was held at Washington's Trump International, there were questions raised and whether Trump's solution, which is donating all profits from foreign government payments made to his hotels to the United States Treasury, would really prevent any conflict of interest. So this pile of shit, we need to listen to this motherfucker. Putin's doing great. Putin is fucking savvy. Putin is doing a Holocaust. Putin is doing a genocide. If he was president, it wouldn't have happened because he'd been so terrible. If he was president, it's because they were friends. If he was president, it wouldn't have fucking happened because he would have bombed the fuck out of Moscow because their best friends had been like, hey, can you just back off? And he just would have backed up because, hey, they're buddies and pals and good old friends and buddies and pals. After the War of the Spanish Secession, of the Austrian Secession, 1700s, you had the War of the Austrian Secession. You had Charles VI, who had his daughter that was supposed to take the throne, and she takes the throne, but you have all the other royal governments that were pissed off, and they were going to question the legitimacy of that government. So as soon as Charles VI died, and Maria Theresa becomes the new Empress of Austria, you had, France and Germany and UK or whatever, three royalist governments immediately attack and invade her. Why? Because they're testing her mettle. They're testing her fucking mettle. And while I do think that the Biden administration is doing fucking fantastic with messaging, propaganda, with, their position is correct, I wonder if they're not blinking. And if they're blinking too much, they might miss the fucking pitch. And this is the only pitch that they got. Their damn administration was fledgling. It was fledgling. And now this, could be a big win that Biden fucking needs. This could be the big win that Biden goddamn needs. Or it could be the big loss that totally sinks his entire administration. So I think some motherfuckers are championing the, decline of the empire. I don't want the empire to decline this way. It just crumbles right before our eyes because of fucking Putin, because of this dictatorial, totalitarian fucking piece of shit. No, I'm okay with one, battle, one war, Afghanistan, going down like that. Not the rest of the fucking world. I want Americans to make the choice. Are we going to be isolationists? Then let's make that choice and then fucking do it. Don't let the rest of the world dictate to us, what direction we want our foreign policy to go to. If we're going to be the lone superpower of the world, let's be the lone superpower of the world. If we're going to turn all of our military outposts into U.S. embassies and we do something through the United Nations, let's do that shit too. Or just be isolationists. I feel like those are the three goddamned options to make it simple. Either we're the lone policeman of the world, we share the policeman responsibilities with the United Nations, or, isolationism, baby. Just take care of ourselves and fuck the rest of the goddamn world and come home, America. Come home. 900 military bases, 14 colonies. We don't need, there's so many of these colonies that want to become our states. We got to get our shit together here at the, home front. We need to get our home front. We need to be isolationists. Build big-ass fucking walls, all around these 50 states. Make sure our shit's, consolidate America. Consolidate what we are. Figure out what the fuck we actually are. And then once we get our shit fucking figured out, then we could, kind of tell the world how we look at things. But, yeah. Mr. fucking President, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. He's going to grab this moment by the fucking pussy. You sick motherfucker. Oh.